welcome on the new Coach Dave Academy Live Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, driver for Simmersian. Today we are around Spa for the week 11 of the Falcon Sports Car Series. As you can see, we're using the BMW M4 GT4, and as usual, first we go with the hot lap, and then we talk together about the details about the combo. So yep, let's get started. Alright guys, here we go for the lap around Spa with the M4 GT4. As you can see, moving to the left side to prepare the last source corner, the T1. So basically looking first at the 100-meter board on the left, and then I'm pretty much looking after that at the tire marks on the track. So you can see that there is a sort of a line where the tire marks really starts on the ground. So once I'm getting past the 100 board, I mean, if you have triple screen, you should see that you are getting past the 100 board on the left. Then once you get past this board, then you can just go on the brake, quite in heavy braking zone, because you arrive with quite some speed, I would say. So just make sure you can really smash the brakes at the beginning, but then you have to make sure you can quickly release the brakes, so then you can really get the nose into the corner. So as you can see, I stay on the brake, and then when I really getting into the corner, dropping to second, releasing the brakes suddenly, so then the front really goes down at the front, and then I can get the rotation. And then as you can see, early on power, so I'm not even into the corner, that I'm already on power, because this actually helps me to really find the rotation, and at the same time you need to find the momentum on the exit, because after that you have that sort of very long straight line, because of course you have the radio in the middle of this, but radio is flat out, so at the end it's almost like a full straight line until you get into Lecombe. So yeah, very important to get a nice momentum at the exit of T1, otherwise if you don't have a good one you will struggle until you reach Lecombe. So yeah, as you can see, down to second, early on power, and then on the exit I just make sure I can quickly open the steering. As you can see, when the steering is almost fully open, I'm already almost fully on power. And then I'm just trying to make sure I can really use the most possible part of the curb I can. Like, I'm not leaving any centimeter of the curb free. So yeah, on the exit of T1, you just have to make sure you can really open the steering, and keep in mind that you have quite a lot of margin on the curbing on the exit. So that's why you can really open early the steering, because with the amount of curb you can take on the left side, yeah, it gives you a nice angle on the exit. So yeah, then we are down to Eau Rouge and Rédillon, so nothing to really worry about. Just stay on the right side, and then I dive into Eau Rouge, trying to get as much track as I can. So as you can see, I'm just using all of the sort of runner for curb on Eau Rouge, and then once I'm on the very bottom of the Rédillon, then I'm starting to turn to the right, getting the curb, and then I'm just trying to make sure I can keep the car as straight as possible on the exit of the Rédillon, because we're using low downforce setups. So obviously, if you are starting to put a lot of steering angle here and there into the Rédillon, then the rear can get loose. So yeah, main target is to make sure you can keep the car as straight as possible on the exit of the Rédillon. And then, as you can see, just trying to really optimize the exit of the Rédillon. So same, keep at least the right wheels on the red and white curb. That's the main target. And then we go to the Kemet straight. So same, nothing to really worry about, to be honest. Very long straight. Just have some time to rest, even if not so many efforts so far. Then just look at the 100 board on the left side, and then I'm just basically looking at the curbing on the entry of Lecombe. So that's pretty much defines my my braking zone. So as you can see, going heavy on the brake, just using all of the curb. Then when the curb is ending, I'm just leaving the curb, starting to turn into the first corner of Lecombe. And then, as you can see, when I'm in the middle of the track, starting to release the brake, I stay with third gear. And then when I'm just about getting on the inside of the corner, on the extra curb, I will call it like that, just going on power, starting to find the momentum, starting to find the rotation. Then when I'm leaving this one, I stay on throttle, and then I will prepare the left one. So once I'm starting to get into the left one, I'm just putting a little bit of brake. So I will brake until I'm reaching the middle of the corner, and then once I got past the middle of this corner, just going on power, trying to be patient on throttle, because the main target is to keep the car as much as you can on the left. So once again, on power, going on the left, a little bit of braking when I'm in the middle of the corner, going back on power, and then I just try to bring the car to the left of the to the very left after the second corner of Lecombe. Then, as you can see, I'm on the left. Then when I'm on the left, starting to steer to the right, just lifting a little bit, so then I can make sure I don't have too much speed for this right one. And then, as you can see, just keep lifting, and then once I'm leaving the curb on the inside, going fully on power up to fourth, and then once again, just try to make sure you're not going too wide on this one, because if you clip the gravel, you can lose quite some time. So yeah. Then we go into the I don't know if this one is the Brussels corner or not, but yeah, it must be Brussels, and then the next one is Brussels, and then the next one is Picker corner. So yeah, for this one, just keep the car on the left, and then once you are getting past the curb, just go on the brake. So as you can see, going on the brake, I stay with third, and then as you can see, when I'm really getting into the corner, just releasing the brake, playing a bit with the brake and the throttle at the same time, so then I can find the rotation. But as you can see, you are putting quite a lot of pressure on the entry, so big pressure, but then when you are really getting into the corner, you just release the brake. then you just tap a little bit the brake sometimes to find the rotation, but then once you are getting past the middle of the corner, just going on power, trying to quickly open the steering on the exit, then fully on power to the left, and then I move back to the right to prepare the speaker corner, riding the curb on the right side, and then once I'm riding the curb, going on the brake, then I send the car into the corner, just aiming to get the inside, the very inside of the curb, and then as you can see, once I'm about to go on this curb, going on power, getting the curb fully on power, up to force on the exit, and then once again just try to make sure you are within the track limits. So keep at least the two left wheels on the rain cover or whatever it's called. Just try to make sure you can keep the two left wheels on it, or maybe at least keep one wheel on the curb. I think the front left is on the curb and the rear left is on the rain stuff. But yeah, just try to at least keep one wheel on the curb. Then we go down to the double left, so you keep the car to the right. Then main target is to make sure you can run on the curb. And what I'm looking at for the braking is you can, I think, look at the orange stuff on the fence on the right. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at the braking reference. So once you are getting side by side with it, you just go on the brake. Then main target is to not brake too much, because if you brake too much you will go into the ABS. So then if you go into the ABS, of course you're gonna lose rotation. So yeah, main target is to make sure you can slow down the car, but at the same time not slowing down the car too much, because if you brake too much then it means you're gonna lose quite a lot of momentum, and at the same time you will lose the rotation. So yeah, as you can see, keeping about 60%. And then when I'm getting into the left one, staying on the brake, trying to really find the rotation out of the brakes. And then when I'm in the middle of this left one, just going on power, trying to make sure I have the momentum. From that point when I went back on power, it's just completely flat out. Then we go for the pit path, so first right and then a left. So then as a braking reference for the entry of the pit path, just waiting to get past this curb on the left side. So as you can see, I'll not get past, but when I'm getting really close of the curb, as you can see, just a tiny bit before the curb, going on the brake, EV on the brake, dropping to third. Yeah, I'm dropping to third. Then you can see big braking at the beginning, but then once I'm getting into the corner, just releasing the brake, trying to tap a little bit the brake to find the rotation. But then once again, very early on power, I'm not even on the curb, but I'm already going on power. Going on power to find the rotation is really important into this one. So that's why sometimes you have to be aggressive, especially into this corner, because even if you are aggressive on the power, it doesn't really make into this one the car oversteer. So that's really good. And at the same time, it gives you a lot of rotation. So if you see that you're getting a bit of understeer and you are not going too quick, actually it's just like sort of normal understeer, because when you are getting too quick into the corner and you get understeer, it's because you went too quick. But yeah, sometimes the car can just understeer because yeah, you entered with a slightly wrong angle, or maybe you haven't done the job right on the brakes. So then you can just go a bit harder on throttle, so then you can get the rotation out of the throttle. Then as you can see, trying to run the curb all the way. So at the very beginning of at the very end of the curb, I'm still using the curb, and then once I'm off the curb, starting to steer to the left, just lifting a bit before getting on the curb. And then once I'm in the middle of or at least when I'm getting close of the exit of this curbing, then fully on power, open the steering, making sure I can keep the left wheels on this red and white curb, but at least just make sure you are not getting too close to the edge of this curbing, because I think I've been punished a few times during the setup session where I went a bit too close to the edge of the red and white curb and I got the aftershock. So yeah, just make sure you can keep a bit of a margin at least for this one, and not like at the end of the speaker corner when or the exit of lassos when you are using like the very edge of the curb. Then you move to the left, and then just looking at the curb on the left, the red and white one, just when you're getting close of it, or at least when you have a bit of a margin from the curb, maybe, yeah, I would say 5 meters or something like that. But when you're really close to get into the curb, to go on the curb, then just go on the brake. Better to go early on the brake for this one, because you don't wanna run too wide on the exit of that one, because then if you have a bad momentum out of this one, then you carry that bad momentum until the at least Blanchimont. So yeah, just make sure you're not braking too light for this one, because the main target is to really get a good launch out of this one, so then it gives you a good momentum until Blanchimont. So then, as you can see on the brake, riding the curb, going up the curb, releasing the brake, and then just before I'm going into the corner, as you can see, going on power, trying to find the rotation, getting the curb. Then I open the steering, full power, going on the runoff, just keeping the right wheels on the curb, as you can see. Then just before the curb ends, obviously, I'm just leaving the curb, staying full power, getting a bit of curbing into it should be Paul Frère curve, curve. Just getting the curb on the inside. Just make sure you're not running more than the curb, because if you clip the grass on the inside, you will get some sideways moment. And then, as you can see, just trying to make sure I can keep the right wheels on the red and white curb. And then we head into the famous Blanchimont. So very tricky corner, because you don't have the downforce of the GT series or the prototypes, of course. So you need a bit of lift, and then pretty easy for this one when you are really heading into the corner. You can see that at this point it starts to go a little bit downhill, and it's when it starts to go downhill that I will just lift, because this is what will help me to, yeah, I'm not even lifting as much as what I thought. So yeah, you have to lift. What I did for the Porsche, I'm sure of that. Of course, it depends of the cars. I had the Porsche in mind actually for this one. It depends of the cars. With the Porsche, you will need more lift. With the M4, you need a bit less, I guess. Maybe because the front engine helps a bit. Because with the Porsche, because it's rear mid engine or something like that with the Porsche, I believe. I guess the BM is easier to get right into the Blanchimont. So yeah, you need a bit less lift. But with the Porsche, for example, I would lift just right there. So then I get the lift. The front gets a bit more grip, I would say, because the weight goes back to the front, and then I get the Blanchimont right. But yeah, it seems like with the M4 you don't need to lift that much actually. Just lifting a little bit when I'm in the middle of the of Blanchimont, and then just making sure on the exit that I won't go too wide. But then once you make sure that you can stay within the track limits, I guess, yeah, there is nothing really to tell you about for this corner. There is no real magic for this one. Just make sure you're not turning in too late, but at the same time, just make sure you're not turning in too early, because, of course, if you turn in too early, you will get the curb. I mean, get the edge of the curb, which makes the car bounce, and then you will just go off the track. So yeah. Then on the exit, just stay with the left wheels once again on the red and white curb, and then we will go for the last two corners to the bus stop. So getting past the white line, and then I'm almost braking at the 150, I think, which is slightly after the white line. So getting side by side with the 150, just jumping on the brake, trying to use the curbing on the left to really get a nice angle for the right hander. Then dropping to second, as you can see, releasing the brake when I'm really getting into the corner, just avoiding the sausage on the inside. As you can see earlier on power, I'm not even into the corner that I'm already going on power, because as you can see it goes uphill, and because from now I need to get again more rotation. So the only way to get rotation is not only about turning the wheel, the steering, but at the same time it's to go on power and also to get the momentum. So as you can see, going on power, so just avoiding the sausage. I'm never going fully I'm never going fully on power into the bus stop, because of course you need to be patient. The main target is to not overshoot the left one. So yeah, going on power, then trying to bring the car to the right, so then I can really have a great momentum for the exit of the last corner. And then as you can see, just tapping a little bit the brakes on the entry of the left one, and then once I'm into the corner, just going on power, trying to find the rotation. So as you can see, going pretty aggressively on power, then trying to quickly open the steering, and then I go through the gears and we cross the start finish line. Okay guys, well done for today. That was the week 11 of the Falcon Sports Car Series with the M4 GT4 at Spa-Francorchamps. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Coach Dev Academy channel and join the Discord server if you have any questions about the work we are making. And I see you for the week 12. Bye bye.